The trainees have now come into the field. Out there they were doing measurements, like designing the measurements. And now we are in the field. You can see we already have some coffee stems are already here. But now the trainers are now giving us practical. You can see now they are practically now measuring the distances. They are doing all this in this farm. Meanwhile, there is something also going on here. Meanwhile, you can see they are cutting some of these things. They will be telling us what it is. But meanwhile, the measurements are taking shape now. You can see the trainer. The trainer is now demonstrating how to plant the coffee. It is scientific. It is not just you use your eyes and put in a distance. You can see measurements, exact measurements, demonstrating a distance. We have been told we have about 3 types of coffee. And so over to the trainer. Now making some trench. You can like a perimeter. This is at distance. Very soon we shall learn, we shall understand what's going on. But you can see there is some geometry has been done here. Some measurements, proper measurements. If we want to increase productivity and we want to improve yields and even to manage our coffee properly, we have to be proper in laying the foundations and even preparing. So here we are doing compost. We want to prepare our organic manure. You can see the greens that are being cut there. They will come in layers. We want to be very careful to see which layer comes first, and on and on. This group has been told that organic manure is better than the inorganic manure. Now this is dry matter. This is dry matter, and this matter that you can get from your farm. These are just beans, the husks of the beans, the stalks of the beans after you have harvested them. There are also greens there. Those are potato climbings. There is also maize, banana stems, and there is also canberra. All these plants have different nutrients. Yes. Green matter, then dry matter comes in. It is all scientific. It's not just throwing anyhow. You can see there's a structure, there are measurements. And all these have different nutrients in them. And there is a reason why they are doing it in layers. We are now preparing compost manure, organic manure, for better productivity of our coffee. These are still trainers, training farmers in the field.
Point can you a foot in
Putting on topsoil now. 1 foot of the dry matter. So it separates this layer with another layer.
You know, 10 liters. 10 liters in hada ko. Dai ko bi ko kon dai. Inne.
Liters of water and 4 leads. 4 leads of this chemical EM1. This is the chemical that they are diluting. First layer.
Second layer. Second layer.
The topsoil has micronism. It was green first, then dry matter, then a layer. More green material. We call it mbeko rice in local language. Again 1 foot. All these plants have different nutrients in them. These are the sweet potato climbings. All this is green matter. They are forming the second layer. At every layer that make the EM, and then another layer of topsoil. But it has to be topsoil, it doesn't have to be red soil. And you know the topsoil have mechanisms, have even earthworms that will be turning the soil, adding fertility. That's why they collect topsoil and not just any soil, because it has organisms, this topsoil, including earthworms that are useful in making fertilizer. We know that earthworms even their own excretion, their some urine adds fertility.
Number that, layer number that.
Now, third layer is coming.
Layer number that,
And this is now banana stems. Banana stems are there. It contains phosphorus. So we are actually making a formula. This is a formula. It's a real formula. A recipe for organic manure. And this particularly for coffee. Later they will also tell us for maize, but this is coffee. Because coffee being a root tree, it might require slightly a different combination than, let's say, maize. Topsoil is very important. Is that? You can see some organisms in both topsoil. They are the ones that are going to. Okay. You can see these are organisms that those are like the earthworms that will now fertilize this. When they eat these green things and they convert them now into the organisms that are in topsoil. Yes, now this is these are the organisms that are necessary to eat the green material and convert it into, that's why we call them organic manure, because these insects crawling will now eat the green ones, and their mechanisms, their digestion will reproduce and convert them as they rot, add fertility in this soil. We're looking compost, and now this is just manure. Like this is a excreta, goat and sheep droppings, rabbit, animals proteins, animals excreta, bringing in nitrogen. That is why we always, that's why we're told it's rich. And indeed, even for calcium, we have shells, egg shells. Now we are going to put the fifth layer. So this is ash. Ash, they will put in phosphorus, calcium. You can also use eggshells. They also have calcium. I think he has them in the hands there. These are eggshells. He is shelling them so that they are
addition of calcium.
This is calcium, as we are told. So, for people who are incubating in the incubators, don't throw away your eggshells. You can make money out of them. Like these farmers, when they start now requiring this process of making, no single farmer has enough of these eggshells. Therefore, they will have to obtain them.
Okay. Kangone this is the first layer because we have the material in garita. Lakini kama tungekuwa material ingine tungeanza tena layer ingine alafu iende at least yole 4 feet, si ndio? Na hata no wagenye na no nenda material wakajaza pakene yule yanda kuloma ingereri rais wewe no wenya kukipendua takuwa rais, lakini yawe ile kukipendua sasa na wana kupendua abako na kuriya. We are mixing these things. Over na ile anda level ange phosphorus yongene kindia nini yongene, si ndio? Sasa na kumix abako mix those ni embo leno nebe nutrients ticho tibe, si ndio? No use hakuna haja ku spread, itakuwa inasimama, si ndio?
Yes.
Very hip 3 months. It's ready. Napeleka kwa
3 months.
Sasa 3 months ya baby ready. No kana kwa kumbu yako ileta. This thing is about fine. Okay, itakuwa kama ifuru. Hata unaweza weka kwa gunia. Weka kwa nyumba. Kuna jamaa hapa tumefanya kwake. Mandali wa. Hiyo yake nimemwambia aweke kwa gunia. At least tuenda tuone hiyo mbolea. Sababu unaende demo wewe. Ndio kuna kijana hapo hapo.
Ya data kazi.
Kuna kijana mwingine pia. Alafu na kuima kukaratasi kuanga.
Just to be covered so that water. Oh. It's like wine. The longer it stays, the better. Like wine, eh?
3 weeks. 3 weeks no use. Alafu kazi yako utakuja unaangalia maji kawe na mwana mkali. Kama ina kawelemo olore
You add
it.
Abantu no use o kolekanga mukole muri na mwe mo kolekanga
alafu ina kukilanga kwa compost, ndio unendenge na niyo mama wangu bali agriculture wako langa pale farm compost ndio kama naweza kuramo hiyo tunaweka kama mahani kama mahani atoka kwa leo na kama ina kama ndio sasa hiyo nafanya hiyo kazi. Unaweza kuona kama mahani lakini muhimu kama mahani pia tutafanya
ready one.
kama kali kama
yeye atafanya hiyo kazi. Kalia zaidi ndio cha kuitanga kango nini. Kama